Hi, Ananya. I'm Sabrika from BriBooks, and I'll be doing a podcast with you today. So, can you
Okay.
please briefly introduce yourself and your book?
I am Ananya and I wrote the book Journey into the Brain, which won the jury award.
So, can you tell us something about your book, the storyline, the plot?
My book is mainly about the power of imagination. There's this working 20-year-old, Astrid. She leads a very mundane, monochrome life, and this book is mainly about how she finds her imagination back, how she recollects her imagination. It features the power of imagination.
So, I have read your book, and I must say it is very interesting, and the themes and the
Thank you.
concept is very innovative. So, how did you come up with Astrid's character? Is it a real life inspiration, or you have taken it from like fictional? How is it?
It was a real life inspiration, and I noticed how most adults lose their imagination, the power as they grow up.
Right. So at the moment, I feel like your imagination must be really at the top notch with how amazing you've been writing.
Mm.
How do you feel about your imagination? Like, do you do some kind of like, do you read books? How do you do it?
Yes, I'm a very avid reader. I mostly like fictional books. The main thing for me is the characters. The characters have to be good for me.
Okay, so what kind of genres do you like? What kind of books do you like?
Adventure.
Any favorite books?
Yes, I really like Harry Potter and Percy Jackson a lot.
That's great. So for Astrid's character, did you have like a plot ready, or you were getting ideas as you were typing? How did you go about the story?
I had a plot, a storyline ready before I started writing.
And you had to make changes, any ending changes or something like that, or you just had it completely planned out?
I made a few small changes at the ending.
Okay, so what kind of message do you want the readers to take from your book?
What kind of?
Message, and the readers are reading
My
about it.
book wants to send the message about the power of imagination, how useful it can be, and how it can help you in your life to make it more interesting.
Imagination is definitely one of the most important tools in our
Mm.
life, and we forget about it oftentimes when we are busy. So about the character of Astrid, did you make it relatable in like from your perspective, or how did you think about
I kind of made it relatable from my perspective because, in my opinion, I wish my life to be a little more exciting, adventurous, and my imagination really helps me with that.
it? So one day you get to travel into your own brain. How are you going to feel about it? Do you want to do it?
Yes, I want to see my own brain, my thinking pattern, how it's like in there.
How did you come up with the concept of nerve express? That unique name
Nerve
and that unique
Express.
concept.
I just imagined how our neurons get through the brain. I knew it was through nerves, but I had an idea why not make it a train to make it more relatable to real life.
Right. So, do you plan on writing any kind of sequel of this, or do you plan on writing any kind of other kind of books?
I actually started writing another kind of book. It's a series. It's an in progress since it's a very big book, a novel.
My God, I'm excited about it. Do you have?
Thank
Do
you.
you want to give any kind of spoilers, or when can we expect the
Mm,
book to be released?
somewhere in next year. February, March, I am expecting to complete it by then. It's a series, and spoiler, it's about dragons.
Oh my God, that's a great concept. I'll be waiting for that. So, how did you realize that you want to explore this book writing journey, or how do you want to become a writer? When did you realize that?
I started writing stories when I was in third grade, very short stories, but it was really an in and off thing. I never really concentrated on it. But when the new school year started, I never really had another hobby except for reading books, so I decided to try to write one. I had a great imagination, so I decided to put it to use.
That's great. So since you are so, this concept of imagination is so important to you, why do you think people lose the sense of imagination as they grow older?
I think as they grow older as adults, you get more responsibilities, you have a lot of things going on in your mind. You get more connected to the real world and lose that sense that you might have an escape. I think adults really need that, so
Yeah, that's really true. So, what is the hardest or the most challenging part you would say about the book writing process?
about the book writing process is mainly about the characters. You need to see a transformation in the character and they need to have flaws to make them relatable to people.
So, how do you balance the fantasy aspects of the book as well as the real life aspects of Astrid's life in the book? How do you manage that?
We really need to manage it all by real life. You need to base it all on real life, then add a little bit of magic, a little bit of fantasy to it, and it turns into a really good book.
Okay, that's great. So, do you have any advice that you would want to give the young authors or the aspiring authors who want to write books?
The young authors, my advice is to base it off yourself, your life, your stories, which makes it more relatable to other people, and to keep writing and never lose that power of imagination.
Definitely, that's great. So, do you plan on having more kind of book writing achievements? Like, is that something you're wishing for? Is that your goal?
Yes, actually, I am wishing for it.
That's great. Yeah. And yes, I'm done with the questions. You've done very well.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Also, congratulations on winning the Jury Award.
Thank you.
I'll be ending the call now.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Mm, Thank you.